in the last 6 months, Democrats have really focused first and foremost on what families need to come back from this crisis. Instead of saying, you guys are on your own, we said to the country, we can get through this together. We passed the American Rescue Plan to get shots in arms, help students get back in the classroom safely, support our small businesses, and give struggling families help directly to make it through an incredibly tough time. In fact, just 2 days from now, working families will start receiving the expanded child tax credit. This is a huge help to families who've lost jobs or income in the wake of the pandemic. But we aren't done, because in addition to getting through this, we want to make sure our country can build back stronger and fairer than before. We want to make sure that every family who needs it can get quality, affordable child care. Because I can't tell you how many families tell me child care costs are the one thing keeping their family from being financially stable. We've got to finally ensure that every worker can get paid leave when they need to care for themselves or a loved one. We've got to set up our next generation up for success by putting higher education within reach of every American through free community college, and work to find ways that immigrants who've done so much to keep our country running can have a fair pathway to citizenship. And to anyone who felt that 115 degrees in Washington State or in Oregon, or who is now grappling with wildfires or drought, the extreme weather patterns, which are quickly now becoming the norm, are not the exception. It is crystal clear that we need an historic investment in climate action to dramatically reduce emissions, and we've got to rebuild our roads and bridges and transit to be greener and more resilient, which, by the way, will create more good-paying jobs. All this consequential work is underway in the Senate right now. And just a reminder, as much as the discussion around some of these issues, child care or paid leave or climate, can be partisan here in the U.S. Capitol, they are just everyday realities for people in the country. Everyday stresses and setbacks people have felt for a long time, especially people who are most likely to bear the burden, like women, communities of color, and people with low incomes. That is why all of what I've just outlined above has so much support from the American people. People want their elected officials to deal with the same challenges that they are facing in their own lives. We've got an historic opportunity to do exactly that in the coming weeks and months, to truly build back our economy so it works for workers and families, not just for billionaires and huge corporations. And we are determined to deliver.